like, why all of a sudden is lynching, just like, why have we seen a spike increase in quote unquote lynching and blacks being hung from trees? Is this implying a race war? Or like, what is this, and why exactly now?
You said increase?
Yeah, why have we seen like this spike? It's really just like, I'm not too sure of it myself. I'm literally looking to be enlightened by y'all.
Personally speaking, I'm not sure what like most people really believe in or not. I don't consider myself a conspiracy theorist because you feel me, but especially right now, there's a lot of shit going on in the world, and in regards to like the KKK, for example, a lot of people don't know that the Democrats are the one who started the KKK.
Dixiecrats, yep.
Yeah, I knew that.
Wait, were you in A-Push?
Huh?
Were you in A-Push or nah?
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't go to A-Push. I knew too much. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I knew too much when I was younger, and I didn't know who to trust with my information. I was a paranoid kid because it was like a lot of the shit that I knew I was never taught.
That ass.
Extensive research and shit.
Research.
Yeah, and my mom didn't teach me. Teachers didn't teach me. So I'm like, there gotta be some type of hidden agenda why you're not teaching me this shit. But back on, so the KKK started the Democratic Party to basically bully black Republicans out of being politically in tune. So for them, it was like, okay, we see black people doing good. Let's fuck with them. And then you look at like Black Wall Street, for example, same shit. You know, like it's the same type of. So then you look at like how blacks became Democrats. They became Democrats from white Democrats who were basically terrorizing them into switching over. So you look at like, so you fast forward to like 2020 now, for example, and I'm not a political person. You feel me? I study politics because it's what the country's based on. I gotta be into it. But like, you look at people like, for example, like Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump right now, he's fighting one of the biggest child sex trafficking rates ever in history. And a lot of niggas just don't. Like, people just don't know that. They think everything is just Trump. And I'm just like, yo, you don't have to like the man to be able to see right and wrong, to see facts and opinions. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's a racist, okay, but is this true? You get what I'm saying? So the reason why they're really lynching now is because they're trying to spark martial law.
Thank you.
And they're trying to spark some type of like civil war type of, because they want us to lash out and fight back. Because that's the easiest way to get civil unrest. You feel me? Because you gotta remember, like you have the KKK. They've infiltrated law enforcement, government jobs, military jobs. You know what I'm saying? And you really don't know who's who, to be honest. So when you go in like all these states, Democratic states, and it's ironic. I kid you not. Every state that had a riot and every state that had some type of like violence or something like that, it's always a Democratic state. It's not Republican. It's always Democratic. From Seattle to Atlanta to New York, it's always Democratic states. Florida. So then, basically, what they're thinking is like, okay, they don't even want Trump in office for a second term. So they're trying everything they can to make him look so bad. And the easiest way to make him look so bad is to put a narrative on him that people don't know if it's true or not. So you see on the news, you say, oh, the news, Trump this, Trump that. I'm not even a Trump supporter. But at the same time, I can see with my own eyes. I can see, all right, you understand the man. Like I've watched propaganda. They take like one quote of what he says and puts it on like the little article or whatever, but don't give the background context. So by lynching us, it's like, okay, let's start some type of race war. Let's spark something. They want civil unrest. They want martial law. Because martial law is like that new world order shit that they've been talking about for years. That's pretty much what it was. Because if you look at George Floyd, for example, in Madrid, the next day, did the same shit. I forgot what country it was, but it was like 3 consecutive days back to back. It was the same situation in around the world. And they was basically looking for that same reaction, that uproar. Because they didn't think that blacks and whites was gonna be like this. I'm not gonna lie, some whites, clearly racist as fuck. Something wrong with them. But you have a majority of patriotic white Americans, and you say patriotic black Americans who are clicked up like this. They wasn't expecting that. They thought it was gonna be like another Civil War type shit, like black versus white. But the whole idea of lynching is just to inflict fear on us and to basically just repeat what they was doing in the 1900s with, you know, just trying to get us to switch to a Democrat and try to just get their way, try to spark out a race war, try to spark something to just, you know, cover up their tracks and just do what they do, which is kill niggas and suicide.
Very enlightening. Quick question before we go to D. So wait, you mentioned that blacks, the KKK was created for blacks who were originally Republicans.
Yeah.
Wait, so like, I guess like, back in the day, were blacks originally like Republicans prior to them being Democrats?
We helped start the Republican Party. It was like 100 or some of us, and it was like probably like single. I kid you not, it was like 100 and I believe 100 or something. But there was like probably like 5 or 6 whites, something like that. And
wow,
they just saw that we were just politically in tune, and they didn't like that. It was like, nah, like they getting too smart. Cause remember, this is their game. And our type of ancestry, we never had politics. We didn't have none of this shit going on. So this is their game. They like the fact that we're being like their game. It's politics. You know what I'm saying? They like corrupt politics. They don't like actual correct politics. They like corrupt shit where they could finesse this person, get away with this by passing this law. You feel me? Kill this person, but now it's a suicide and whole bunch of hidden agendas and shit like that. So
it's crazy. I never knew that. That was very enlightening. I'm gonna actually do more research on that. That's extremely intriguing to me. D, you wanted to say something?
Just to pick up where Diddy left off. Baby, my fault, bro. Just to pick up where he left off.
You go shoot.
Just to pick up where you left off, I also feel like the lynching, the high spike in lynching, is also due to try to like start a race war, civil war between blacks and whites, and the ultimate goal is to usher in martial law and create a government and system where everybody is controlled by the government, and ultimately turn America into a communist country like China.
Bro, I'm so fucking happy you just said that shit. Cause that was my next point. I'm so happy you just said that shit.
Yeah, because China literally, I mean, we're all the way across the ocean, so we don't even know what's going on over there. But
socialism.
If y'all really want to know, like, China is like, it's basically a dictatorship, and they're labeling it as communism. But it's really a dictatorship. Like, all the people there, they don't have no rights. Everything they watch is censored.
Yeah.
Everywhere they go, they're watched 24/7 by cameras. And see, we're not used to that. Like, we're in America where they're trying to turn America into...
They're using the race war
and
as an excuse.
Yes.
Because we can't, quote-unquote, control ourselves in our society.
Shit to make it seem as if it's wrong, but...
Exactly. And when you connect all the pieces and puzzles, it all leads back to the race war. So
literally. And then you just see, like, how it's trying to get us so much leeway. How the fuck do we have how are we so with China like this? We have leaders who was president from Barack, George Bush, Hillary, all these niggas was in fucking cahoots with China. Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, so much of these niggas in our government who's supposed to be protecting us and serving this country. They're just giving, I guess, because for them, they like what China is doing. They want that type of environment for us.
Yeah.
Because what better way is to depopulate and then control the population to basically, you feel me? It's like going from the industrial age to like technology age. You feel me? It's kind of like once you wipe out a certain amount of people, it'll be easier for you to implement in whatever type of legislation or law
that's where that
China just drops like
exactly.
China just drops like 3 different viruses. Like this is an outbreak. You got dengue fever. You got another COVID outbreak. You got this outbreak. But mind you, China was where COVID even popped off at. So the thing is like, yo, how is it that you have foreign exchange students? That too, like the whole foreign exchange student thing. It's like we don't want to stop it, but it's like they're the lead. That's how COVID even got as big as it did because it was going back and forth, experimenting. You had spies come. It was a lieutenant in the army of China, communist China, that came as a foreign exchange student. She was in here learning shit, That's a problem, you feel me? But they like shit like that. That's why they never had an issue with it. But now Trump comes in, Trump is like, no,